Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Susan and I am I started on my son's picture. This is Wolf DreamCatcher as opposed to DreamCatcher Wolf from the other one. This one is not by JoJo's. I don't know the name of the artist right off the top of my head, so I apologize profusely. This is from Diamond Art Club. 31 color, well 32 colors because we got these special ones right here, and it is a round, and my son loves wolves, so that's why I'm doing this one for him. Again, his Brandon Lee one will be done. I just don't know if I'll be able to get it done for next year, so we'll see. But as you can see, I've already started on this one, and I am doing it sideways, kind of like I did the other one. I'm doing it extreme, so I'm finishing each color as I do it. And the reason I'm having to do it sideways is because it's too long to fit up and down like the other one was. Sorry how I have to do Jasmine's as well. But first of all, I want to say I'm sorry I haven't done one of these in a while. I've been on vacation since last week. Today is my last day. Actually, I go back to work tomorrow. Today is Labor Day, so I'm going to be recording a few videos today. Hopefully a Stitch with me. I'm going to be playing on my, working on my World of Warcraft, which, by the way, I want to thank everybody if you've watched the last two videos I did for a while. Hopefully I haven't alienated anybody. But it's one of those things, you don't like what I put out there, you don't have to watch it, and if you don't want to even still subscribe to me, that's fine. It's something that I enjoy doing. I enjoyed very much doing those two videos that I did. So I will be continuing. I do have a gaming channel, but I don't feel like trying to keep up with two channels. So my gaming videos will be on this channel. So I'm sorry again, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. It's just going to be there. So, all right. The color that we are working with right now is 739. I don't have any, there's no white per se in this picture. There's no 5200s or 3756 or anything like that. So this is one of the few light colors. I do have one. I've already put, there's two AB colors in this one. The blue right here, which has already been placed. And then I have 141, which is a white color. It's the same white color that was used in All Dogs Go to Heaven as the AB. So let's get started. I'm going to be all over the place with this. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I really want to let you all know how my vacation went, how the concert went, our trip, just kind of touch on a little bit of everything, just because I had a freaking blast. So let me check and make sure. I should be able to stay pretty much in view. It's pretty much the whole picture on here, so that's why it's not getting very close up. So I'm sorry if you like to watch the close-ups. I just don't want to have to worry about trying to push the camera down, up, over, around, sideways, back ways, front ways. So, trying to make it easier on my viewers so they don't get seasick or anything with me trying to move the camera around. So, but anyway, let's talk about my trip to Tulsa last Wednesday on August 28th. It was a day that I have been waiting almost 300 days for, because we bought the tickets in November. Again, Backstreet Boys is my favorite group, guys. I know that I am old, but you know what? they're the same age as I am, or close to it. So I don't feel old. I don't feel like I am too old to listen to their music. When they first came out, we were the same age, so people can make fun of me all they want to. But anyway. Okay, we started out probably around 11:30, 12 o'clock. Now Tulsa is not very far from me. It's about 2.5 hours. But there was a couple of things that we wanted to do when we got there. We wanted to go eat at the Cheesecake Factory, which we'd never been. And I wanted to go see the Outsider's house, which is a house that I used to live in after they filmed the movie. We lived there for about 6 months before we moved to Arkansas. But I wish, my sisters don't believe me. They say we never lived there. I don't know why they don't remember, but we did. And so, and then of course the concert. And they opened the doors at 7 o'clock, so let's kind of give you a little bit of a timeline. So we left here around 11:30, 12 o'clock, and we headed there. We got there probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock, somewhere in that area. Found the Cheesecake Factory. Went there and eat. The food was all right. Expensive. My God, it was expensive. For a burger and fries, guys, it was like $14 a piece. And all we got was just like the regular cheeseburger. And it was expensive. And of course, you can't go to the Cheesecake Factory without getting a piece of cheesecake. And they literally, it seemed like they had 100 different choices for cheesecake. Kenneth got the Cinnabon cheesecake. And I got the red velvet cake layer cheesecake because I love red velvet cake. So the pieces that they bring you, the cheesecake pieces were like $8.50 a piece as well, so they weren't cheap either. So they were huge pieces, so it seemed like it was worth it. They were huge pieces, and so they give you this big old huge piece. They add in whipped cream on the side. And so mine was, it was really good. It was good, you know. I mean, I felt like the cheesecake was more worth the price than the hamburger was. That's just my opinion. I gave Kenneth a bite of it. He liked it. I didn't get a bite of his. But all in all, the cheesecake was good. I wish that we had just gone for the cheesecake, but it's all right. So after we ate there, we went to go find the Outsider's house. I had looked online and got the address, and all I had to do was put in Outsider's house address, and it came right up. Because the last time we tried to find a place, it was like our first wedding anniversary. We went to Tulsa, and I couldn't remember how to get there or where to go or anything like that. So this time we were smart. I pulled up the address. We went there, and they renamed the street, or they got a special street sign. They didn't rename the street. They just got a special street sign. Where one way it says Curtis Brothers Lane, which if you know anything about the Outsiders, the house was occupied by the Curtis brothers, Daryl, Soda Pop, and Pony Boy. And then the other sign said the Outsiders Way. So I thought that was really cool. I had to take a picture of that. Unfortunately, I was not able to go to the house. There are working on construction because they're remodeling or renovating the house. So all we could do is drive by. I couldn't really get a good close look at it. So that felt kind of like a bust. But Kenneth did say that we can go back at a later time. So I'm like, okay. So this was like at 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. Again, the doors didn't open until 7 for the concert. So we said, okay, well, let's go find the arena. That way we'll know where we're going. So we put the address in to the navigator. We went there, found the address. It had the big billboard sign advertising the concert. And so we went to try to find a parking lot that we'd be able to park in, that I felt safe enough to park my truck, so that it's not going to cost us $50 to park the truck. Because most places around the arena was between $30 and $50 just to park the truck or to park a vehicle. So we drove around, ended up going down a one-way street the wrong way. Luckily there wasn't no cars. Probably people just looked at us like and saw our license plate and said, those stupid Arkansas drivers. I wouldn't doubt it. But, you know, whatever. So we found a parking lot, got in there, parked, paid for the parking, sat for a little bit. The sun was beating down on us. I'm like, it was crazy hot. It wasn't really all that hot, but it was humid. And the sun was just freaking bright. So we sat there for a little bit. I was like, we couldn't figure out if there was any place else we wanted to go. Unfortunately, once we parked, we were stuck because there was supposed to be no re-entry to the parking lot. I'm going to move this over just a little bit like this. And so we were pretty much stuck. And it was like 4. So we decided to go ahead and walk to the arena. It was a little bit of a walk. It wasn't bad. But my legs started hurting. Which is pretty typical. So, but we got to the concert. There was a few people already there waiting in. But the good thing about it is that it was shaded. There's a big overhead right in front of the doors that extend pretty far. So we sat down on one of the ledges in the shade, so that made it wonderful. And we waited. And we sat and we waited. And we waited. We were there at 4:30. We had a 2.5 hour wait. But, you know, it was fine. You know, we just sat and talked, and every time they had a big sign popping up about the Backstreet Boys, I had to take a picture of it. And then people started slowly showing up, and then this one couple sat down beside us and we were talking. So it wasn't too bad, you know. We just enjoyed each other's company, which was wonderful. And that's why I love my husband. He was just awesome. You know, I mean, you could have made this big production about having to wait as long as we did for the doors to open and things like that. But people started showing up. So we went ahead, and probably about an hour until the doors opened, about 6 o'clock, we went ahead and got in line. And then once everybody started showing up, that's when it got really super hot. I mean, you're standing there, you got all these people clustered together, wanting to get inside. So it's going to get hot. And that last hour of waiting was miserable. I was literally looking at my clock, at my phone. Seemed like every 3 minutes, just wishing that time would go by faster. So once they opened the doors and we got in, I stood in line at the merchandise stand. I got me their white DNA tour shirt, and I got their book. And then we went and found our seats, and our seats, I had no idea that our seats were going to be as close as they were. I mean, I was literally, it's kind of hard to describe how the stage was set up, but you had the far stage, the far backstage, which at this point all they had was just a small stage. They called it the DNA circle. That's the only thing that was showing. They had a drum set and then guitars and the microphones, and I figured that was for Bailey for his opening act. Which, if anybody don't know, Bailey Latrell, that's Brian's son, so his son opened up for them. And I was literally like, it seemed like I was 5 or 6 rows behind that, or in front of that. So I was super close. And I thought, wow, okay. I didn't think I was going to be that close. I mean, I looked at the schematic of the arena, but it didn't seem like I was that close. So I was super excited. I took pictures of the arena, of the little Titantron. That's what I'm going to call it, for lack of a better word, because that's what it's called in WWE. They kept having flashes of the Backstreet Boys on there, so I took pictures of that. I mean, I was obsessive. I took pictures of everything. And so 8 o'clock, the show was supposed to start. They were showing a video of the guys on the big TV. I said, lack of a better word. And everybody started getting excited and hooping and hollering and clapping and everything. And then everything went black. Literally, everything went black. Came back on right away. But then we found out that they lost power in the arena. I'm like, are you kidding me? My biggest fear about this entire thing was that something was going to happen and the concert wasn't going to go on. They had one concert that they had to reschedule because of lightning. Now, we didn't have any lightning or anything, but it's like, oh my God, if the power is going to go out, they're not going to do the concert, and they'll have to reschedule it, and I'll have to do this all over again. So it was about 8:30 before Bailey came out. So it wasn't really a long wait. It was just another time sitting there hoping and praying that at least the concert will be able to go on. So Bailey came out, and I thought, and I even said this to Kenneth, I was like, oh my God, he could literally be Brian's twin. You can definitely tell that they're father and son. I mean, he looked just like him. It's crazy scary how close they looked alike. Sorry, I got these way up here. So Billy came out. He sang about 5 songs. One of the songs he sang, they had thrown beach balls out into the audience, and Kenneth really had a good time with that when he would get a hold of it. I never got to hit it, but Kenneth did about 4 or 5 times. So he was having a blast with that. And then after Bailey was done, they cleared off that stage. It was another half hour, I think, before the boys came on. And I'm telling you, this concert, it wasn't a complete sold out concert, but it was so close that it wouldn't even mattered. I mean, this concert was without a doubt one of the best things I have witnessed in my life. The guys were just spot on. I mean, this is the first time I've seen them in concert, and I have liked them almost 21 years. When I first heard about them, I've been fans of theirs. And they really, really know how to put on a good show. The graphics on the big screen was awesome. They sang just about every single one of their songs. They sang my favorite song, which was Shape of My Heart. And I stood up. I think there was only one time that I sat down during this concert, and I think it was during one of their slower songs, and I just got to the point where my feet were just, I was about to fall over, literally, if I didn't sit down. My feet hurt so bad. But it was, concert was about two hours long. Set list was about 33 songs, if you include the last 2 songs that they sang at the end of the encore, which the concert technically ended on I Want It That Way. Then they came back and did Don't Go Breaking My Heart and Larger Than Life. And that's how they ended the show. And streamers came down. And it was just, I mean, they did funny skits. I mean, AJ and Kevin, they did a skit where they changed their clothes behind a screen on the stage. And it was hilarious, you know. I mean, watching them really going out there and having a good time and enjoying being with each other. I mean, you could tell that they enjoyed it. They kidded around with each other a lot. And each of them did a small snippet of a song off the new album. There are 3 songs that have been released on the DNA album. They sang the full songs. And I cannot think of a song right off the top of my head that they played that I hadn't wanted to hear. So the concert was just awesome. Getting out of the concert was a totally different story. Once all the lights came up, people were starting to get out. It was like a madhouse trying to get out of there. And we stood in line to get out and then realized that, hey, you know, there's another exit that has like nobody going out of it. So we kind of left our big line and went out that way. And I was walking so slow. My leg hurt, my feet hurt. I was like, and then we had to walk back to the truck, which seemed like it was a mile away, but it wasn't that far. And Kenneth drove home. We ran into, like, I don't know if they were repainting the lines on the highway or what they were doing, but we ran into this crazy traffic jam where they went from like 4 lanes all the way down to 1 lane. And this is at midnight that we had this issue. And it may be because of the concert and people trying to get out of Tulsa, but it was crazy. And so it was like, I want to say 2:30 by the time we got home that night. And I was just like, as soon as I walked in the door, I could hear Ray barking because Kenneth had made it inside before I did. I could hear Ray barking because she hadn't seen us since that morning, so she was certainly excited to see us. just making sure I'm still doing the right color. But yeah. And the whole way there, I was talking to Kenneth about it, and I could tell that he really enjoyed himself, especially when the guys were doing their, when they were talking to the crowd and making each other laugh and everybody laugh. And I look back so many times and I saw Kenneth laughing. He was even standing up at one point. And yeah, he wasn't rocking and dancing and anything like that like I was doing to all the songs. Because I was literally dancing during every song. That's probably why my feet hurt so much. But I could tell he enjoyed himself. You know, he'd never been to a concert before, so for him to choose this as the one, I know he went with me more than anything, and I love him so much for that. It was a crazy ride, and the wait was well worth it. I was not disappointed in anything that they did. I posted like all my pictures on Facebook. I took some videos, but I don't know if I'm allowed to post them or not. So that's why I haven't posted them on my channel or anything. I don't want to like break any copyright laws or anything. So I love this picture. You know what? I'm going to move y'all in just a little bit anyway. Let me set this down. Just so that y'all can see what I'm doing. There you go. I try not to make y'all too seasick by moving it around. But for it being the first day of vacation, it was so awesome. And Kenneth even said that if they ever come back around, that he wouldn't mind taking me to see them again. So, and the good news is that if there's ever a Raw or, well, I know that Raw goes to Tulsa probably more often than it comes to Little Rock. He said maybe we'll be able to go see him again. And they were making jokes. I mean, AJ was like, here's the 26 years. He goes, let's have another 26. And he says we'll be like the only 60-year-old people up there singing Backstreet's Back with our hunched over because we got bad backs and everything. And it was funny. I know I say that a lot, but it was great. I'm surprised I was able to sleep that night, but I did. And I've had their songs floating around in my head since then. So. Rest of the vacation was pretty quiet. I finished Never's picture, which I'm probably going to do a video either tomorrow or Wednesday and show you, you know, just where I'm at on everything, on all my cross stitching and my diamond painting. Although I'm not really, what you've seen in my diamond painting is what I've been doing. I've just been concentrating on getting the Christmas ones done. I'm not trying to do more than one at a time. I'm just doing the one and then working it till it's done. I'm hoping this will only take me a couple of weeks to do. We'll see. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of videos on it. So that's the plan. I've been playing some Diablo 3 with my husband and some World of Warcraft, which you all already know if you watch it. If not, that's fine. Again, you don't have to. Everybody puts their own things on their channel, so not interested, that's fine, don't watch it. So, but today I am filming this. I'm hoping to film a stitch with me. I'm currently working on a Hannah Lynn piece. Because I'm trying something different with that, where I'm kind of like doing the same thing, going extreme cross country, where I'm filling in all the black, because a lot of her pictures are outlined in some heavy blacks. So I am trying to see how that works. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't already pre-gridded fabric, because I'd be too afraid that, you know, I wouldn't be able to count right. So I see one right here, or a couple. I see quite a few there. Okay, let's finish up here first. Let's see what else I've been doing. I've been binge watching Beverly Hills 90210. Yes, I know. I kind of got into it, and I've never really ever watched anything up past season 6, I think, is where the last episodes were that I watched. So anything up to that, I'm kind of like flying blind. But of course, I'm still on season 2. So I'm watching episodes that I've seen a few times, which is fine. You appreciate it more if you go back and watch from the very beginning. So, or I do anyway. But this basically been my vacation. Went this morning, got some breakfast, been able to rest the truck some. And so just love spending the time with Kenneth and Ray, and the kids have been gone. Jasmine's been mostly gone all this time, either working or at Never's house, and Jacob's working during the days, so he's not been at home. So it's mostly just been me and him, and it's been wonderful. That's why I haven't gotten much diamond painting done, because I've been hanging out with him. I thought this video would be longer than this, but I don't know if I'm going to make this very much longer. I have some stitchy things to talk about in my Stitch With Me, so I won't be talking about the concert or anything like that. So if you watch the Stitch With Me that I'm going to be doing, don't worry about having to listen to the same conversation over again. So I will try, as of right now, to not repeat myself. But I have a very short memory, it seems like, when it comes to things like that. So if I do, I apologize in advance. So I just might make reference to it and say, hey, if you want to hear about the concert or anything, just check out my drill with me. So I thought I saw one over here. got very aggravated because I was working on the other one. You know how I am. I think I get all the colors done, you know, then I put it away and think, okay, well, I'm done with that one. And then 2 seconds later, I find where I missed some. And there were times when I missed like a big section. I'm like, how did I miss that? Seriously. So, but I stayed up from like, I want to say midnight to 2:30 in the morning one night this week to finish the other one. And so, like I said, I'll be doing a video showing that one. I love this orange over here. Isn't that awesome? So there's one up here I missed. There's a big section over here that I missed. See, I was like, I don't understand how, you know, I mean, I don't know how I do it, but I do it. I'm gonna have to be careful because some of these symbols look alike, and since I'm doing this sideways, I need to be careful that I don't accidentally put the wrong color on the wrong one. Let me take a look at the symbol list real quick. Okay. I've only got one arrow, so that's good. The two that look similar, I've already done one of them, so I should be fine that one. Oh, I got two arrows. One of them's pointing down and one of them's pointing to the left. Alright, well, it don't look like it'd be too bad with me working on it sideways. The symbols look enough difference to not warrant having to worry about accidentally putting the wrong one in. Has anybody done this one? I've seen a couple of unboxings of it, but I've never actually seen anybody complete it. So, and I know they just did a release of Mandy's Jasmine picture that I would love to have, but right now I can't slip it into my budget. So I'm really trying hard to not purchase anything other, not purchase anything until I get a lot of these that I already have done. That's why I'm not doing any unboxings. I know that my channel is probably pretty boring because all I do is drill with me's and the stitches, and I think that's why I'm adding a game in as well, just to do a little bit of variety, because like I said, I'm not doing any unboxings. So I know a lot of people like that, but when you don't have the budget to be able to buy these, and you know, you can't do unboxings if you don't have them. But that's fine. You know, I don't need to add any more than what I've got. I've got enough to keep me busy for a long time. So, and a lot of them are pretty big, so I think after I get done with my Christmas ones, I really want to focus on my big one that has my mom in it. And I'm literally going to have to put that one on the dining room table and then put it back up every night when I'm done with it. So I promised Kenneth I wouldn't leave it out. But that's after I get all these Christmas ones done. And I'm hopefully going to be able to get Mom's done by Christmas. If not, it'll be another birthday present. Mom, if you hear this, don't be upset if you don't get it for Christmas. When I say mom, I mean my mother-in-law. She is my mom. I love her like my mom. So. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I know I still have some of this color to do. I'm going to go ahead and do it off camera. And like I said, when I do an update video, I'll show you what I've gotten done on it. But this is already 40 minutes long, so I don't want to make it too long. But anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. It's a good start. Like I said, there's 32 colors, and I've already done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. So something like that. But all right, well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to my concert talk. See, I got some right there that I need to fill in before I forget and cover it up. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.